What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back with another video for you guys today. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about some myths about millionaires. Now, you guys will have known a few millionaires in your life. You guys may eventually want to become a millionaire. But what I'm going to tell you here is there are many things that millionaires do, there are many things that millionaires don't do. And today we're going to go through those myths of, about millionaires, which a lot of people talk about, and explain why exactly those myths do not exist and why you don't need to worry about them on your journey to becoming a millionaire. But before we get into that today, I do want to say one thing. One thing millionaires do is hit that like button. One thing millionaires do is subscribe to the channels when they're new around there. So if you guys want to become millionaires, one thing you guys need to be doing is liking and subscribing. And also, millionaires do comment and millionaires do share these videos with their friends. So please start doing that. Help more people understand what exactly millionaires do, what exactly millionaires don't do, and discover their potential. Help more people, again, like I said, just the good stuff. Also, if you do not already know, I have my own smartwatch company, Time Gear Watches. We have about 6 different models, many different colors for boys, girls. Go check us out. Links in the description below. Because apparently I don't make that clear enough. So at least now you know. I have my own smartwatch company. I do not work for one. It is my own company. Go check it out. Website is in the description below. Ask me questions. It's not $1 million company. It's not going to make me a millionaire. I doubt it will. But either way, go check us out. Now let's talk about some myths about millionaires. The first one to talk about is luck. Millionaires are lucky. This is one of the biggest myths I've ever heard about. If you were to say millionaires are hardworking and may have got a bit of luck along the way, sure, that is definitely the case. But millionaires are lucky? No, that is not the case. Many people do say things like, oh, he's so lucky he's a millionaire. Oh, they're so lucky they got all that money. They're so lucky. They're not lucky. They might have been in the right place at the right time for certain things, but they definitely put in their hard work. They definitely earned their money. And if they didn't earn that money, either way, they're not lucky. Because it may not always be easy to earn money. But I'll tell you what, it's definitely not easy to keep money and stay a millionaire. I'm telling you from my own experience. I'm not saying I'm a millionaire, I'm not saying I'm close to being a millionaire. But I'm telling you, it's very hard to keep money. So, the people who have even more money, I'm sure that there are many ways that they can even lose more money. So again, millionaires being lucky, that's completely not true. Number 2, they were probably the best in their school. I've heard so many people do this. How do you want to become a millionaire if you don't have high school grades? How do you want to become a millionaire if you didn't have, didn't do well in college? All these kind of things are lies. They don't have to be the best in their school. They don't have to be the best in the education system. And I have nothing against the education system. What I am going to say is, just because you can follow instructions, just because you can study, does not mean you're good at learning, does not mean you're intelligent. I know enough people who have degrees in whatever it may be, and no disrespect to them, they're just not very smart, they're not very clever. There's one thing to be book smart and understand how to study again, how to understand instructions and repeat those instructions. It's a completely other thing to go into real life and succeed, because quite frankly, that's two different things. You guys need to understand that if you do want to become a millionaire, don't worry about your high school grades. Don't worry about what grades you got when you're 16, when you're 17. Don't worry about your college grades. That is not always what determines how you end up in life. And I'm telling you, those millionaires that you see, a lot of them didn't do well in school. A lot of them do have the people who worked well in school working for them, but a lot of them did not do well in school. A lot of them did not succeed. And what happened? Well, guess what? They didn't fail. Eventually in life, they still succeed. They still got the money that a lot of people want. They still ended up being as great as other people wanted to. You don't have to be great in school. You don't have to be the best in your class. You don't have to have the best grades. All that, whoever tells you that, and it's usually people who are older than you or who are teachers who tell you that, you don't need to listen to them. Go about your business, do the things which are going to help you in real life. I'm not telling you guys to flunk school, to bunk off school, to, fail your classes. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is if you're in a situation where you have failed, where you've struggled, where you feel like you've not done enough, guess what? It's fine. People can still be millionaires without succeeding in school. People can still be millionaires without going to school. One of the biggest myths about is that millionaires did well in school. In fact, so many of them were actually maybe even bad at school. Because there are enough people out there who don't have the right mindset for school. And there's nothing wrong with that. There are enough people out there who make a lot of money who were not good at school. Just weren't good at, following instructions, weren't good at studying, reading, maybe repeating things. They weren't good at that kind of thing. A lot of them have a different kind of mindset. They're innovative, they're, someone who's really wants to build their own thing, who dreams big, who does different things, who maybe sees school as something that wasn't good for them. Now, I'm not trying to bash on school, but again, just because you're good at school does not mean you're going to become a millionaire. But just because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you're bad at school. So it works both ways. But again, this is a myth. To become a millionaire, you don't have to be good at school. So for any of you out there who's struggling or maybe, they dropped out of school or didn't finish college or whatever the case may be, those of you who are out there in those situations, don't worry, you still have opportunities to become a millionaire. Don't let that define you. And again, millionaires did not all excel in school. Not all of them succeeded, had A's, passed all classes with flying colors, were the best in their class, all that kind of stuff. Sure, maybe some of them were, but not all of them. And I think in this case, more were not good than those who were good. That's just me. Of course, I don't know the statistics. I'm not exactly sure, what the numbers are. But I'll definitely say that most millionaires, or at least a lot of millionaires, were not the best in school. Just because you're a student who got C's or D's or even dropped out, failed, does not mean anything. It doesn't mean you can't become a millionaire. If you're creative, you have an idea, you're able to solve problems, you're able to help people out, you're able to make money in many different ways, well then of course you're going to become a millionaire. The fact that you're a millionaire does not mean that you were good in school 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was. The fact you can solve problems in the real world, the fact you can help people and provide them with value is definitely going to determine how far you get in life, and definitely more likely a reason that you become a millionaire than what your grades were in high school. Next, they're all living in luxury. That is not the case. They might have nice cars, they might have big houses, they might go on great crazy vacations. But guess what? A lot of the time their assets are paying for that. You know, if they're in real estate, their tenants are paying for that. If they invest in stocks, their stock dividends are paying for that. There are so many different things that millionaires do purely because of what their assets are paying for. Now, many people will tell you they're living in luxury, and that is the case, but it's only to a certain degree. The reason they're living in luxury is not the same way, poor people live in luxury. Poor people live in luxury by earning money and spending it on nice clothes, nice cars, nice shoes, a mortgage. Millionaires earn their money and spend it on assets to cover those things. So the way they're living in luxury is not the same as the way you've been taught. The way that they live in luxury, they take their holidays, they have their nice cars, their fancy clothes, their big houses, the way they spend money. Yes, but they live in luxury in a completely different way. Like I said, they buy assets to pay for those kind of things. They don't get their paycheck or, make a lot of money in the stock market and then go and spend it all at once. That's not how they live in luxury. So yes, they do have nice dinners at fancy restaurants. They do spend $100 on a steak. They maybe spend $2,000 on a really nice suit, which they keep for 10 years. But again, they live in luxury differently to how you expect. They live in luxury way different to what you've heard. They live in luxury, for example, they buy things which are going to last them 10, 15 years. And of course, not everybody can do that, but not everybody's a millionaire. But millionaires do not live in luxury the same way you guys think. So when you see them living in luxury, it's not actually the same luxury as you're used to. So don't get caught up by that and don't get drawn in by that one. Next, they're bad people. For some reason, I hear this so much. Millionaires did this, they did that, or why did they do this? Look, a lot of the things they do, maybe, they've had a couple of sneaky moments along their life. Maybe they've done a couple of things wrong, but they're not bad people. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's human. Nobody's perfect. But whenever there's a millionaire making a lot of money or succeeding financially, I hear so many things about they must be a bad person. They must be this. They must be that. They exploited people. That's not always the case. A lot of them did work hard. No, they didn't all get lucky. They didn't all get money handed down to them. A lot of them did put in a lot of time and effort and maybe, did a couple sneaky deals to get in somewhere. Maybe they had to, use connection, get in somewhere where they weren't qualified otherwise. But either way, there's so many things that go on in this world. I don't understand why millionaires are targeted for these kind of things. It's a complete myth that they're bad people. That's not the case. Again, not all of them are bad people. Now, of course, there are definitely some who are bad people. There are people who completely exploit people. There are people who rob people, people who steal. But not all of millionaires are bad people. You have to get that out of your head. Of course, just like in anything, there are always good and bad people. But not all are one specific category. So don't think that millionaires are all bad people. I'm sure you guys have met great people who give, donate loads to charities, people who donate, build, hospitals, build shelters, donate food, do all sorts of great things. And these are not bad people. You can't call that a bad person because a lot of you might say, oh, if I had all that money, then I would build shelters, I would build hospitals, I would change this, I would do that. A lot of you say that now, when you have that money, you wouldn't do it. So, you have to remember that not all of these millionaires are bad people. So now it's cleared your mind. Now you know that, it doesn't matter what people tell you. They didn't have to inherit money. They didn't have to, be hand down things. They weren't lucky. They didn't, get lucky. None of that happened. They weren't the best in school. They don't live luxurious like you guys think. All those kind of things are myths. More times than not, it's nothing to do with politics or luck or any of the things I mentioned. More times it's down to hard work, consistency, solving problems, providing value. The ability to provide value, help people out, solve problems, and better their lives is definitely going to determine how far you get in the real life. Not exactly what you did 20 years ago in school, but again, how you can change people's lives, what you can do to solve problems in the real world. So now you know exactly what has been uncovered about a millionaire. All the stuff you've heard about money being passed down to them being bad people, them scamming people, them stealing money, them exploiting people. You know that not all of that is true. Add to the fact that not all of them were good in school, not all of them are men or earn money from politics or any of that kind of stuff. You guys know the real facts now. Some of it will be inherited sometimes. Some of them did get a little bit lucky. Some of them did cheat the system a little bit, but not all of them. All those things you hear, a lot of the time is just jealousy or people being unhappy. But ignore that, forget about that, and focus on what you guys can do to become a millionaire in the future. It'd be great to see all of you guys who watch these videos eventually become millionaires, of course, if that's what you want to become. But like I said at all times, it's best to do what you want for yourself. Hopefully I've helped you guys with that video today. My aim at least every single day is to help at least one person become better each and every day, one person become close to financial freedom, one person close to success, one person more control of their time, and one person overall becoming close to that financial freedom that they dream of. So hopefully today that was you. And hopefully, like I said, eventually you'll become that millionaire. So please make sure to check out those links in the description. As you guys know, we have free stocks there through Robinhood, free cryptocurrency, through Bitcoin, through Coinbase. Add to that, we've got affiliate marketing, my smart company, and my socials as well. But thanks a lot for today's video, guys. That's it for today. I'm going to be making you got money making. See you guys tomorrow for another video. Peace.